All right, so today we are with my friend Noki, who met on the Appalachian Trail 7 years ago, and we've been hiking together since. And today we're going to hit a pretty good sized route at the west end of Cades Cove. So we're starting up on Ace Gap Trail. We're going to head down toward Cades Cove and then away toward Abrams Creek. We're going to do a little camping tonight and finish it up tomorrow in Cades Cove. So I'll post all the trails that we're hiking down below, and if this route's good, I'll definitely give you a recommendation for it. So it's cold. It's about 30 degrees up top this mountain right now. So we're going to take off, warm up, and get down this mountain. So far Ace Gap has been pretty gradual, a little bit uphill, but nothing too bad. But what's crazy is just how close to the park boundary we are. We have already seen the backs of several houses. Like this one, you can see the rooftops here. And that's kind of living the dream when your backyard is the entire Smoky Mountains.
It's so peaceful.
All right, so we made it down to the end of Ace Gap, and wasn't expecting to see a whole lot of trail intersection here, but we knew we were coming up on Mtn Trail, which is the next trail on our hike. But it looks like there's a private trail that goes up this mountain, but also goes down to a blackberry farm. So it looks like it's probably some sort of farmhouse, hotel, hostel type place. Might be worth checking out down the road or down the trail. About 2/3 of a mile, come across this nice big creek crossing, and luckily the water's not too high. So, I mean, I didn't take my shoes off, so I got wet feet right now. It's not that big of a deal. I've seen higher water, that's for sure. But we are right outside the campsite too. And just barking spiders out here. Very rare. So just after the creek crossing, you have campsite number 3, which is a nice little size campsite. You probably fit 5 or 6 tents pretty comfortably. And we're pretty early in on this trail, and now it's going to start going up about 700 feet over the next couple miles. So easily 20 creek crossings at this point on Mtn, and the last 20 yards or so, the creek and the trail were the same. So far this trail, best way to describe it is unexciting and very wet. Hiking on top of Hatcher Mountain. This trail is going to take us down more into the valley, closer to Cades Cove, and some great views of the mountains. You can actually see out of the park, some houses up on the mountain. Coming out of Mtn, the trail actually got better. Started going up into some old pine forest. So you had a nice bed of pine needles on the ground. Started to get some views down in the valley, and then came to the intersection of Cooper Road. So this trail should be, after we did that little climb, should be down for the most part. then we'll connect with our next trail. All right, so we just finished up Mtn Trail, and probably my favorite one of the day so far just because of the views. So we ended up calling it a day early. Just a little tired, worn out, you know, driving a couple hours this morning, waking up at 3, and Noki was going on like 2 hours of sleep. So we're both kind of exhausted. So we came in campsite 17, and we're gonna stay here tonight. So it's gonna get really cold tonight. We got a good fire going, had dinner already, and so we're just warming our socks and shoes and our bodies, and we'll call it a night pretty soon. Well, good morning. Getting ready to start out, finishing up Little Bottom Trail and hitting a Cooper Road trail, and had a decent night's sleep. It's been a while since I've camped, so getting used to all the critter sounds. Definitely had something sniffing around my tent last night, and it was cold. It was really cold. And there's nothing worse than having to get up and pee at 2 in the morning when it's really, really cold out. But got up, made breakfast. Actually, MacGyvered a Pringles can into an oatmeal bowl. So that was pretty cool. So I was able to drink my coffee and eat my oatmeal at the same time. And now getting ready to tackle the day. So still over 10 miles to do, and I'm ready to get it going. All right, we just made it down the bottom of Little Bottoms Trail, and I would say as trail rankings go, that was probably my second favorite for our route. Had a nice view of the creek, had great mountains to look at, and nice little climb at the end, which really warmed us up this morning. So we're at the intersection of Cooper Road Trail, which actually looks like a road, and actually this was a road back in the day for people living in the mountains and the cove to kind of go back and forth. All right, we just made it back up to the intersection of Cooper and Beard Cane and Hatcher Mountain. So we were here yesterday, stopped for a lunch break, and we're going to continue down Cooper. We've got a little over 5 miles left, and then we'll be in Cades Cove. All right, we've just come down to the bottom of Cooper Road, and just now got our first view of Cades Cove, which we're basically maybe 20 feet in elevation above it. So a little disappointed we didn't see it any before. But the weird thing is that our elevation starting out this morning was lower than the elevation of Cades Cove. So who'd have thought? So we're almost to the car. This trip has been a great hike. Cooper Road has been exhausting, but mark it off the list.